Cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This taken in at the goal line. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Newton. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards the pick up there, good for a Raven first. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Play action. It's Newton. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
20.
Here's Newton. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Rodgers going to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Finding some room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. You think about the great running backs in the game today. I don't know if Aaron Jones is a name that comes immediately to mind, but it should, evidenced by that run there. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On first down, Newton escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
They're not even trying to do anything.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Jones again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me the fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play, because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They go with Chubb on second down, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Second down, another shot for Jones. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Well, anytime down here in the red zone that you can get a running back going lateral to the line of scrimmage, that's a plus for the defense. We all hear about the offensive guys saying, get north and south, get upfield. They didn't allow it at all on that play.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun on third down, Newton. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
20.
They'll run for it. Chubb, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he will find his man Samuel. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Next score, Bengals 23, Ravens 7. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Newton to throw. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. To throw is Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Gano's kick is good, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Aaron Rodgers as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gano for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Bengals 30, Ravens 7. Graham Gano set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Step, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joseph Osai in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Again, it's Jones. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That one goes for 24 yards. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
I need to get my swag right.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, Just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton rolling to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. They find some open field here. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Newton. Outright completes it to Jarwin. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
57. Mike, 57. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey! We got double up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. That's complete to the tight end Warner. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Newton. Got a man. It's Higbee complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Higbee, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Paris Campbell now on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the 4th quarter. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does. If their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone, and if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
That's still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Come on. Check. 53 fly. Check. 53.
A give. This is Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try. Cam looking to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Campbell returning it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Running right, Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now, the Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. On play action, now Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Newton. They'll roll him out right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Forced out to his left. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll go again to Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And Godot's kick is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. From the gun, here's Newton. Got an open man, it's QT. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Out of the gun, Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their...
And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went... Yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. 63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The Cam's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw, Newton. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.